Welcome, kids. I want to let you know that Barbara Wawa and Shelly Grace are just returning from their special report and will be joining us at the end of the broadcast. Meanwhile, I'm Percy the Circus promoter extraordinaire. I keep everyone in line so that the show can go on. And this week's show is all about lions. But first, let me introduce you to a brand new series called The Bible Circus. In this series, you will find there's nothing quite like a circus. The big tops are full of fun entertainment that leaves you in suspense saying, wow, can you believe that? Well, believe it or not, we all can have that same wow. You can believe that experience when we read the Bible too. The Bible's packed with interesting and powerful stories that help us learn all about God and who He is. And it points us to the greatest man to ever walk the earth, Jesus. In the past, the circus dated back to the late 1800s, and they were a sight to behold. A train up a mile long would pull into town. Giant canvas tents sprang up overnight. Posters advertising the amazing acts were slapped all over town. The circus was known for its one-of-a-kind attractions. Parents, children of all ages packed in the tents to see everything from acrobats to trapeze artists. From horseback riders to daredevils, even animal acts and wrestling folks. But there's one attraction that was very popular right from the very beginning. The Great Lion Tamer. Fans young and old would get a chill down their spines as this giant cage was set to be center ring, along with a huge roar from the lion. Your heart would surely be thumping out of your chest. As the crowd sat in the stands, they had incredible anticipation, waiting for the Lion Tamer and the lion show to begin. The brave and bold Lion Tamer would enter the lion's cage, giving a thrill to the fans by getting the vicious killers to sit up and roll like little kittens. It took nerves of steel for a man to step into the cage and train these ferocious wild beasts each night. And during the dramatic finale, the Lion Tamer would steal the crowd by sticking his head into the lion's mouth. Today, as we mentioned, kids, begins the Bible Circus series. We're kicking it off with the most amazing story about lions ever. However, this isn't a story about a brave lion tamer. It's about a man who ended up wrongfully being thrown into lion's den. About a man whose great faith helped him look death in the face. You'll learn to have faith because God is your strength. So let's turn it over to Eve, our ringleader, who will be doing an amazing interview with the Bible Circus series. I can hardly wait to see this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, gather round and step right up. The Bible Circus is here to astound you with feats and sights that are strange and rare. Step right up and be the first to see what God has done for these amazing people. How amazing? What if I told you there was a man who not only tamed lions, but he also had a slumber party with them? Let me introduce to you the greatest animal tamer of all time, the amazing, the stupendous Daniel! Ladies and gentlemen, how would you like to spend the night surrounded by hungry lions?
I wouldn't recommend it. Folks, don't try this at home.
Okay. This man, he went into the lion's den of his own free will.
I mean, I wouldn't really quite put it that way. I was kind of forced into doing it.
Forced?
Thrown in, I think, would be the best way to describe it.
But you did choose to enter into the lion's den, and rather than give up your faith.
Well, once again, it really wasn't my choice, but yes, you're right. I was not about to give up my faith.
And why would you not give up your faith rather than be thrown into a lion's den?
Because I love the Lord. God is my creator and He loves me. I'm not going to stop following God or quit praying no matter what the law says.
That's right, folks. A king made a law that said if you bow down before any god other than the king, you will be fed to the lions.
To be honest, the king was tricked into making the law because he listened to lies from people who did not like me praying to God.
Uh-oh! And you broke that law rather than to go against God.
And that's when they threw me into the lion's den.
You must have nerves of steel.
Nope.
Ice in your veins?
Nope.
You were fearless.
No way. I was terrified, but I knew the Lord was with me.
And how did you know?
Because I was all alone with those beasts and God tamed the lions. He shut their mouths, and the next morning I woke up cuddled next to one of them.
You woke up alive.
That's the only way I usually wake up.
Isn't that incredible? What a feat of courage!
Believe me, I had nothing to do with it. It was all God.
But you had faith, Daniel, and God showed you that He is far more mighty than any little jungle cat.
Actually, lions live in the savannah, but yes, God is much bigger and stronger than those big scary cats with the sharp pointy teeth.
Kids, listen to this tip for hope. Have faith because God is your strength. So come back next week and you'll see another incredible attraction here at the Bible Circus. So let's turn it over to the studio with Barbara Wawa and Shelley Grace to wrap it up.
Welcome back, kids. We hope you enjoyed our first lesson in the Bible Circus series. What an amazing story. Did you know that Daniel was a prophet who served God for many years? He rose to become an important advisor to the king of a foreign country called Babylon. He was also the advisor to King Nebuchadnezzar, and he continued to serve the kings of Persia when Babylon was defeated.
The next king to take over was King Darius, and he trusted Daniel more than any other man in his court. And it was out of jealousy that Daniel's enemies tricked King Darius to write an unfair law that sent Daniel to that lion's den.
There was never a question that Daniel would remain strong and devoted to God. And God showed that He is greater than any king and stronger than any beast. God shut the mouths of those lions.
That's right. Kids, know that we see you for you. We see you growing in your faith. We understand how difficult some choices will be that you'll make during your choice in your lifetime. Choices like how to handle peer pressure. Sometimes it make you feel like you have to do worldly things to fit in, things that you know that are wrong. And when you follow friends instead of God, you'll end up feeling very sad and sometimes alone.
True. The thing is, no one will ever probably threaten to toss you in a den of lions. But peer pressure can be very, very difficult challenge to overcome. No one wants to feel like they're alone or left out. And for some people, feeling alone is almost worse than being fed to lions. But if you have the faith to stand up to peer pressure, God will give you the strength to stand firm.
God can use your faith to make you a witness to others. God will reveal Himself to you and your friends just as He did with King Darius. When you have the courage to stand strong, you may give another friend the same courage.
Standing up for God may seem scary at times. I am sure Daniel was quite terrified as he was led off to face the lions, but his faith was stronger than his fear. And we can be positive that if we are following God's instructions, He will not leave us to face our fears alone. He stands with us. We never have to feel alone or left out. He's mighty to save. We don't have to be afraid of the lions. Have faith. God is your strength. Well, Shelley Grace, that's all for today. So kids, join us next week as we talk about a woman who may have had a beard. So from all of us here at News Channel 7, the Galilean Gazette, have a perfect day.